Hi guys, you're welcome to Speaking Life with Favor Napoleon. And guys, I'm happy I'm finally making this video. Two video people have been asking me for from this channel is tell us about social welfare and tell us about what's it called, social, is it, how did they write it on the comment section, social accommodation or something like that. So guys, I've done social welfare benefits for people already, and today I'm dealing on housing in Ireland. Yes, and we have different types of housing. The first one is the private renting, where you rent house from the landlord directly, or you rent from a housing agency. You know, as an individual, as a family, you know, you rent from the landlord or the agency. You can also rent house in Ireland through referrals. Then you can also get from the website Daft. I talked about it many times. You can get it from Daft. You can get it from Facebook. I even heard people have started renting house from Instagram also. But you have to be careful and beware of scam. Any house you don't go to and check it physically and see it physically and see the people there, ask them questions, please do not pay. So that's how they get house in Ireland. That's the first procedure for getting houses from this various agency I just told you, the landlord or the website or referral. Somebody can say, oh, I'm moving out from my house, please, do you need a house or something like that? You know, they say, oh yes, I want a house, please let me pay, let me move in, you know, stuff like that through referrals. Or my sister, my brother is living in their house, oh, there is a house here, you know. So through referrals people get houses, apart from the website, apart from the Daft, apart from the Facebook. Yes, that is the first one. Okay, before I move to the second one, the way I've already done this video before, guys, but let me still explain the way it works. An individual houses work in Highland is, first of all, you make a deposit, and the deposit is, if the house is going for 2,000, for example, you have to pay 4,000. 2,000 is for deposits for a house. In case you break up anything in the house when you are living, the 2,000 will not be given to you. Then the other 2,000 keep counting from the very month that you enter the house. So that's how it works. And you'll be told to bring documents, references from your previous landlord or from your place of work as well. You know, before they can give you the house, somebody have to say, oh, this guy is a good person, you know, your former landlord. Or, and also sometimes both, they ask for both requirements. Okay, brief from your work, brief from your previous landlord. And if you don't have a previous landlord, your work will do, you know, in some circumstances. So the landlord will ask for off payments, which I've talked about. He will ask for the referee. So that's what they usually ask for the private renting. They will now move to the council housing. First of all, the applicants must show the genuity that is really, as in, how do I speak this English now? You must really show that is actually wanting a house. It must demonstrate a genuine need for a social housing. You know, you don't need to fake it. Are you really looking for a house? It means that you were not able to get a house through renting. Even when you have the money, you could not get a house, you could not get an accommodation. You are genuinely looking for a house through even buying. You are not able to get a house to buy if you want to buy, you know. So that's the first step. Then the second step is that you are really living in the country. You have the legal right to live in Ireland. You have the legal right to live in the country. So it's literally mean that for you to be able to apply for for you to be eligible to apply for a social housing, it means you are genuinely living in the country. You have the legal right to remain in the country. Probably you are an Irish citizen. If you are not an Irish citizen, you have a long-time visa or documents to live here for long term, you know. So these are the criteria. The first one I talked about, you must be genuinely looking for a house. You have looked for a house to buy or to rent, you did not see, you are really pressed. The second one, you must have the legal rights. The third one is the income threshold. Do you really have the money to rent the house that you are looking for? that you were looking for before you came to apply for the social welfare council, because each area you are living in, or you want to live in, or you are proposing to live in, have their income threshold for those areas. So they'll look at your income to know, are you really, you know, in for this kind of environment. Those limits depends on the county, it depends on the city, it depends on the areas that you are to live in. So for you to be eligible for a social council, it means that you don't have any alternative accommodation, you don't own a house within you don't have any accommodation that is funding your income. It means you are actually in need of this house. You know, all these things is just to be sure that you are really fit for the council accommodation, for the council housing. So for you to be able to apply for this council house, contact your local area where you are living at the time that you are looking for that house. You contact the local county council. They'll give you a form, then you fill out the form, all the requirements in the forms are there. Your local authority will assess all the information that you have filled. They will ask you for a lot of things. So you provide proof of identification, you provide your present address. Then once they assess it and is approved, then you will be put on the list. But the thing is that it takes years, you know, before you be allocated a house. And most of the time it also depends on the area, the county that you put. So some people, if you are in an area that doesn't have much competition, you'll be allocated, you'll be given a house. But if you are in areas that you put, there's competition in that area, it will take time. So that's how it works. So the next one is called HAP. HAP stands for Housing Assistance Payments. So this method is totally different. It means that you'll be the one to look for a house yourself. You get a private agency or website, or it can be a referral. All you just need to do is to get a house yourself, that you pay some part of the money to the council. Then the council will help you pay the rest to the landlord. So that's how this one works, this HAP works. So it means that you are paying to the council, then the council will help you also pay the balance to the landlord. How do you qualify for HAP? You can qualify for HAP if you are not already in the what's it called, the social housing scheme that we talked about before this one. So it's after you have qualified for that, that's when you can apply for HAP. And the landlord that is going to give you that house has to be tax compliance. That's why a lot of landlords run away from HAP for these tax issues. But there are landlords that really wants HAP. That is what they are interested in. They are sure that their money, they must get it every month. So there are some landlords that goes for that offer, they want HAP. But other landlords, because of tax and all those things, they don't want HAP. So that is, and for other landlords, they don't want HAP, and that is also the best reason not to them. But for those who want HAP, if first of all you have to qualify for the housing scheme, then before you can be in HAP, and you have to get the house yourself, then their money that you pay weekly to your county that you are living, your local county, their monies that you pay to that county weekly, and then the council, pay for the council of the county weekly, then also they help you to pay the part of your rent. So this one is always challenging, because failure to pay the part of the money you are paying to your council, or maybe you miss your rent and you are not meeting up, it can lead to termination of the HAP. So two things in this HAP: you must pay your weekly contribution to the local authority weekly, then you can also pay your rent. Most times in Ireland, depending on the landlord, some people they pay their rent weekly, some pay it monthly. So it all depends on the landlord. So you have to pay your local authority that enlisted you into the scheme of the social housing. Then you have to pay part of the money to them weekly, then you pay your rent, and they also support you in paying some parts of that rent. So they also support you, because since you have already qualified for the housing, you are waiting for your house from council, then they will also support you in the hub that you are staying before your application, before the housing gets to your turn. So that's how it was. I hope you guys can understand all these stories. These are the housing in Ireland. This is a detailed guide for immigrants, you know, that I've talked about in this video, and I hope you were able to understand all these steps, all these different accommodation, housing that I explained in this video. I have come to the end of this video, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I've finally done this video. Bye, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah.